Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we'll be looking at Skylords Reborn, and I'll be playing Spooky Giants on expert difficulty, and I'll be playing on solo. So if you have not gotten or if you have not completed the Spooky Giants before 11 November, you should complete it now because you'll get a special Joan promo card, the Halloween version or the undead version. As you can see, looks very cool, pretty sick, very nice skins. And a brief overlook of the Spooky Giants map is that it is very similar to the King of the Giants, only that instead of Stone King units, you'll be fighting against Lost Soul units. And in general, the units and the buildings are a little bit stronger, so it might prove to be quite difficult. So this is my deck, and my deck is very similar or almost the same as the one as the King of the Giants, but I'll be dropping some hints, some tips along the way to make sure that you're all prepared and ready to face this map. As at certain points of time, there'll be Lost Soul units that attack your base because you just don't have a lot of time to clear off all the spawning camps, so you have to make sure to have some defensive forces to protect your base. You can also edit my deck doing some towers to defend your base, like Time Vortex, which is very helpful. So without further ado, I'll show you my run, and yep, just on the way I'll give you some hints on how do I sort of counter these attacks at your monuments. So the beginning is very similar to how you solo King of the Giants, summon Forsakens, keep summoning Forsakens all the way to make a hole on this wall, and following that, once you go through the wall, you would activate your ability. Only activate your ability very close to when you kind of lure the Lost Soul units when they are running after you, because you have more time for your Forsakens to take down whichever Lost Soul units over here, and attack the Lost Shade first before proceeding to just randomly kill off other mini Lost Soul units. Also make sure to have one Forsaken that is not have the Frenzy, because you want it to stay alive to get the power wells, and later I'll use it to destroy the walls over here. So once you have 2 power wells at the end, you can send your Forsakens up to slowly take down the wall. Just take down one part of the wall would do, so that your unit will be able to pass through the wall and get your 4th orb. Then from now, just get your power wells up, and after you have all your power wells up, get your Shadow Monument to build resource boosters. You really need to get a lot of power at the beginning, so resource boosters are very helpful, and one resource booster over here can activate 6 of these power wells. 2 orb, Shadow Orb, resource boosters up, and next we'll have the Fire Orb so that you can summon the Corsairs. So over here is the best or the most chill part of the run. Just get your powers up, your resource boosters up, and orbs up, and now begins the mad rush and a lot of managing your army once your Corsair is up. So the first Corsair will run down to destroy all of these enemy units at the gate. One of these Corsairs will do. The second one will come down and attack this mini camp. After the enemies here are killed, move on up to destroy this base. So it's very important for you to position your Corsairs over here. Make sure that it is heading down straight south to this unit, so that you attack these Lost Soul mana beasts, and it can also attack the Lost Archers with its cannons. And then your third Corsair would target mainly this entire base. The good thing about Corsair is that it has lifesteal, so despite not having any healing spells, or you can put healing spells if you want, but I think for 2 Shadow Orbs and 1 Fire, you can only do Revenge, and no, not Revenge, Ravage and Blood Healing, but we don't really have a lot of power to summon units to activate the Blood Healing. Yep. Then the 4th Corsair will be up here to aim at either the Lost Launcher or the Lost Shade, whichever that attacks your Corsair, just attack it first. But you won't be able to kind of destroy all of these units, so after a while you have to bring it back to heal and wait for your next Corsair to run up and destroy the base. Close one there. Right, so once the base over here is destroyed, your 2 Corsairs will move up kind of like destroy this camp, but make sure to hit this Lost Disruptor first because it deals the most damage to your air unit. So once this is done, you can kind of like relax a little bit. And the bottom here, start to summon the 4 sets of Banditos or Commandos depending on which Corsair type you use. And the reason for this is to kind of like delay enemy forces over here, because when Rogan spawns, Jorne and a couple of Lost Soul units will spawn at the cave here. So this set of bandit units are just here to sort of like slow down and delay the Lost Soul units. Of course, you won't be able to kill off all the Lost Soul units, so later on in the game, when Rogan kind of like pass around this area, closer to your base area, do have some units ready to attack the Lost Soul units that's chasing after Rogan. So over at the middle here, the left side of the map, we have 3 Corsairs to help clear the area. And it's very important for you to take down the Lost Disruptor first. We got one over here in the middle and one at the end here, while the rest of the Corsairs will aim to get rid of the enemies at the 4th op and also this area.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, and I'll let you see that there will be some Lost Soul units that will be following Jorne, and yup, here it is. We have the Lost Vigil and the Lost River. And also make sure that this is a mistake that I made. I just randomly sent my Corsairs there, but the Lost Banestone acts something like a Mouth of the Keeper, so it won't be able to use its ranged attack. Yeah, I'm trying to save my Corsairs, but that's unfortunate. And let's see how we're doing. There's a lot of like micromanaging here and really taking care of your army, because one tiny bad move and you will lose your ships. The most annoying thing is the Lost Vigils, because it deals a lot of damage to your ships. So pretty annoying. And yep, make sure to just pinch or punch a hole in this wall. And once you get a hole in this wall, you can go up to destroy the other enemy units over here. And these 3 Corsair ships will run this entire area down to this middle point to take down these Lost Soul units. So as you can see, once Rogan is about here reaching this little cave, the Lost Soul units that's chasing after Rogan will soon appear, and this is the time where you would summon some units to take down the 2 Lost Soul units. Make sure to multitask, take down the Lost Soul units. And over here I have my Shadow Insect for me to, as a swift unit, to get my 4th op. And the thing about this is that we need the Lost Spirit Ship, but we also want healing. So we have to get rid of the Fire Op and build 1 Nature Op and 1 Frost Op. So I will be destroying my Fire Op to get the Nature Op, and here will be the Frost Op. I recommend you to build the 4th Op over here, this location, as your Frost Op, because this is the most vulnerable op or monument location where a lot of Lost Soul units will come midway in the game from like spawning camps. So if your Frost Op gets destroyed, it's not a huge deal, because what you really need is your Nature Op, which heals your ships. So once your 4th Op, Nature Op and Frost Op is done, get a Breeding Grounds up, get some Furnace of Flesh, and get some Void Power return straight off the bat with some Cultist Master.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, as you can see, Rogan's already here, and I've not touched the top area here, so it's a tight timeline. But we have the Lost Spirit Ship, so it will really help us breeze through the map a lot quicker. And we've got a ton of power. With the Cultist Master and the Furnace of Flesh, we'll be able to get back a lot of power. So let's send our ships up. All of our ships. Over time, you want to just destroy your Corsairs so that you get back Void Power and you're able to build more Lost Spirit ships, which is a lot better, because their flank attack just deals 25 damage to enemies, which is quite pathetic. But our Lost Spirit ships over here, on the other hand, deals 80 damage to all those like random units. So it's a very good unit to have to run this spooky giants map. As you can see, there's a lot of micromanagement of my armies around, so I have to like take a look at different areas to clear off the map and make sure not one of these ships are idling around. Make the best use of it. As you can see, these Lost Soul units are coming up. Quite a bit of these Lost Soul units. So I'll be building some Lost Spirit ships to help defend these Frost Op. have your lost soul or lost spirit ships to slowly clear the map, and this middle area will be quite strong. I realize the lost watchtower, very interesting card, is pretty strong, so you have to be quite careful of it. They are very strong and very tanky. 3000 health, 3120 health. And yeah, over here, I was supposed to have my lost spirit ship to hover around here, but it somehow went a little bit far, so kind of have to save my frost orb and spend some power to make sure that it doesn't get destroyed, but too late there. No worries, my rifle cultists will take care of it. As you can see, a lot of lost soul units, pretty strong units too. Now the main thing here is to have ground presence so I can build my frost orb. Okay. Over here, to run the last line of the enemy area, I recommend you to have at least 9 lost spirit ships. Because if you have anything fewer, it will be really difficult and will take a longer time to clear off the enemy units. So there's a higher chance that with fewer lost spirit ships, you will lose more ships, deal less damage, and in turn, you can't make it in time to clear the enemy area and Rogan would die. So totally recommend you to have at least 10. 9 is cutting it really close and you need to have a lot of power ready to heal a lot of spirit ships and even like some micromanagement there. Yep, so once the big wave of lost soul units is killed, no more other lost soul units will be attacking your monument at this time. So you can only concentrate, just focus on clearing the top part of the map. Over here at the bottom, it's not compulsory to kill this lost soul or destroy this lost soul camp, so don't worry about it. You can just skip this area to save time. And over here, I usually go by the south, the lost spirit ships, because a lot of these enemy units at the top deals quite a bit of damage, and I want to focus my ships on taking down the watchtower. And also make sure to take down these like lost soul units, because as you can see, a little bit of health can be deadly to Rogan. Yep, so I have no choice to bring my lost spirit ships back and take down this base. The good thing about having a lot of these ships is that it kind of like attracts enemy units from attacking Rogan, and yep, Rogan is pretty safe. The last camp here is the quite difficult one. There's a lot of really strong enemy units like the Lost Warlock and a lot of the watchtowers, so you have to have at least quite a number of power, or quite an abundance of power to heal your lost spirit ships. As you can see, 2 of my lost spirit ships has been destroyed and I had 11 of these lost spirit ships, so which is why I recommend you to have at least 10 so that it can do more damage and kill enemy units faster. And when you can kill enemy units faster, they get to have a fewer chance or opportunity to destroy your lost spirit ships. And yes, this is how I complete Spooky Giants on expert difficulty. I hope you like this video, and if you do hit the like button on the video and also subscribe to my channel. And of course, I hope you guys get your promo zone.